One of our clients the other day sent me a message on Telegram and he said, "Are all Ukrainian women this bossy?" And I said, "Yes." And then blocked him.
He messaged me.
And then he blocked me. No, okay, what's the deal with that?
I don't know. You tell me. Are the Ukrainians are bossy?
Well, I think we need to define bossy.
Yeah. Because I know that situation. And so some of the guys, I heard that. And like they say, like that ladies are bossy. But I think there's two different things and that needs to be defined. I like very, very different. So there is like even three, like possessive. That is not good, I think. There's controlling, that is horrible, and there is bossy. And so the bossy, I think it's the same as when the girls say like, I want a genius man, and the guy's like, what is genius? The same is like
Generous.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. So what is bossy? So I guess like knowing that situation is that guys are very surprised when a Slavic lady tells him what to do, especially if it is like the guy who in his 40s, 50s, 60s, like you've been living his life, and all of a sudden there's a hurricane named whatever, Maria, came to his life and started telling him when to eat, what to do, like where to
Take your shoes off.
take the shoes off, put the scarf on, take your pants down. So I mean, different things. And so, and the guys
That is bossy. Take your pants down.
now.
I don't think you take your pants down. I think you pull your pants down.
Yes. But she's a real Russian, so a real Ukrainian. So she made mistake. But anyway, so the thing is that like when we speak, like, do you think that I'm bossy?
No. No, I don't. See, this is the interpretation. See, because Luba does this thing sometimes when I'm working, and she'll bring a bowl of fruit, cut up fruit, papayas, melons, peaches, apples. You understand what fruit is, right? And she'll say before that, "Do you want some fruit?" And I'll say, "No, I don't want any fruit." And then she'll go and get some fruit and put it in front of me on my desk. And she'll say, "Eat this." And I said, and then I'll eat it out of courtesy. And
No, you eat it because you enjoy
and
that.
I'm sitting there going, "She's so bossy."
But
And then I'll taste it and I'm like, "Oh, this."
I put some
Strawberries.
tahini on,
Yeah.
and you enjoy that. And like in 1 second, the bowl is empty. So this is something that
Yeah.
I think that guys, like when the situation with this guy was a little bit similar, because the lady, they were driving and he said, I'm a bit hungry. She said, then you need to stop and eat. And then he said, no, I don't. So for him, it was like, why do you tell me what to do? Like, why do you tell me when to eat? And it's not like in a bad way, but it just for him, it was unusual, because probably Western woman would not care, like, will he eat or will he not eat? So I believe that, doing this, like, and I understand that on the West, it's like kind of like I crossed your not boundaries, but like you told me no, and I should respect what you said, that you're not hungry, and I should not do that. And I understand that, but in Ukraine, we just don't do it. We don't we don't listen to others. But on my opinion, and I think it comes from Ukrainian ladies are very, very mothering. Can you say that?
Yeah.
It's like no matter how old is the man, and like she always gonna treat him not as a child, but as a, like, with motherish love, with care, with this, like, you need to eat well. This is Ukrainian thing in general. Like if you ever been with Ukrainian family, like you will see that you will be dying, you will be sitting, like you can't move, but they will put you another drink, they will put you another food, they will make you feel like so full that you can't even stand up. And so by saying that, it's not because she's bossy in a bad way. This is the way she show her care. And because in Ukraine there was not such a thing as like respect somebody's like desire or boundaries. Your parent told you to eat, you have to eat it now. And here like in Spain now, it's like, oh, like if you don't want, like, don't push yourself, don't finish your plate. Me as a child, not finish the plate, not finish what is on the plate, like, I'm not gonna eat for a week. I would like to invite you to our Telegram community. It's the fastest way to reach out to me and Striker. And also, like, I attend a lot of different meetings with the ladies where I show only on Telegram. And also there's another subscribers that discussing interesting topics all the time, and you can get answers to your questions. I'm waiting for you there. Like what do you mean you cannot, like, you may leave? Because now everybody is like so sensitive. I heard from one of our guys, he said like the recent kids are like snowflakes, and probably I would agree with them, because it's like you can't tell, like kids now know all about like espacio personal, yes, like personal space, like it's bullying, you just do this, like they're so smart. Like we can't talk like that to our parents, we can't do that. But doing like this stuff for the man, it's not being bad, it's just like to be honest, like really, really care.
I think what it is, you know, I've thought about this. It's the man is trying to have some sort of masculine frame, and maybe he doesn't even know the word masculine frame, but he's just like, this is my space. You know, you're coming into my space, right? And you're trying to tell me to do something that I've never done before. And it's not necessarily I don't want to do it. It's just I don't want a woman telling me to do it. Such as, I don't know, take your shoes off when you come into your own
Usually
house.
domestic level. If it is
Yeah.
outside of domestic level, it just came to my mind. If it is outside of domestic level, then it's wrong. Then it's controlling, and we're gonna talk about this in a second.
Yeah.
But if it is
But
domestic, shoes, food.
yeah, I mean, and obviously not wearing your shoes through your house is a good thing, because outside it's disgusting, and you're bringing that into your nice
But it
clean
was
house.
not always like that. You was not always. When
No,
you
I
came
know exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, when you
I
came
can
from New
speak.
Zealand, he was like, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wearing shoes at home? And this is like, I'm not going to discuss it here, but I've done a consultation for the lady that this, like, she lives in US, and she said it's a huge problem for her. But it's the way how you present this information. Either you say, you take off your shoes, like, and you really become like nasty about that, or you explain and you buy a comfortable shoes. Like, you know, we bought this, you know, this
Slippers.
like this sheep
Yeah.
sheep slippers,
But I
and
think
you enjoy that.
yeah, but I think what it is it comes down to the interpretation, and also there may even be a little bit of insecurity when it comes to the man, right? It's like, I'm not having a woman telling me what to do, but that's just how you've interpreted it. She's not telling you necessarily what to do. She's saying what's maybe a better option, right? And that could be eat fruit, or it could be, you know, your shoes are outside and dogs piss all over the road, and you know, and you're bringing that inside the house, and it's not good. Maybe you'll get sick or whatever. So it's how the man interprets her her boss, I don't know what the word to use here, but her bossiness, right? And so if he says, look, no one tells me what to do, and maybe it's triggered by some past trauma from another relationship where he did have a woman that was controlling, and she didn't allow him to see his friends or go and play golf, or
Narcissistic, we would say, right?
well, yeah, possibly. I mean, that could be something as well, but maybe just a woman that was just a controlling woman, and he allowed himself to be controlled, because men allow themselves to be controlled. They have every opportunity and every right and the power within themselves to get up and go, I'm not taking that. So he doesn't want to put himself in that position again. And a lot of men that have been in those relationships, after they leave, they think no woman ever is going to treat me like that again. So when something happens, when a woman says, eat this or wear that, or you know, whatever it is, his brain triggers and goes, haha, I've seen it. I've been looking for this. Red flag. I'm not going to let this woman do this. So she is now bossy. But maybe it's more a question of, how do I control this situation? Is it worth getting angry because she's asking you to take off your shoes? She's not saying you can't go and see your parents for dinner, or you can't go and visit your friends, or you can't, you know, buy that, I don't know, golf club that you've always wanted to buy. She's literally saying something that's about personal hygiene, or maybe it's about being healthy, or whatever it is. And so it's not about she's trying to control me in my frame. She's trying to take care of you. She's trying to step into your frame, which is what you want her to do. And she wants to make sure that you are healthy. That's her job as a woman, is to make sure that you live longer, you are happier, that you live a better, happier life, because she's with it. She's a complement to your life. So if you frame it that way, you think about it that way, then it becomes completely different. Instead of being defensive and allowing that trigger to go.
Because like, if she's, for example, like, you know, the girl who is only take care of herself and she doesn't care about her man, she's narcissistic, and she's like, she will not do that, because she literally doesn't care about you. And like, that is something that you need to adjust in a relationship. Because I remember a long time ago, I remember Clifton and Svetlana, we have a couple, like many years ago, one of my first couples, and they came to Ukraine after a couple of years of living in the United States. And Svetlana, of course, she went to all the procedures, like, you know, manicure, pedicure, hair dyeing, and etc. And I was spending time with Clifton, like, we're really good friends. And it's an older couple. And I remember he said, Luba, can you please take me to that gas station? Because in Ukraine, we have a very delicious hot dogs. And he said, can we go there? And I will get 2 hot dogs and 2 cans of Coke. And I said, of course, like, are you hungry? He said, no, I'm not. I said, we just ate, like, you're really hungry? He said, I just wondered she will never let me eat it. Because like, he was a little bit like, you know, he had a little bit of a belly, and she wanted him to be fit. And actually when they came, like, he lost, I don't know, maybe 20 kilos, not because she didn't feed him, just because he was eating healthier. But it was funny because he was scared to tell that out loud. And maybe it sounds for you like, maybe it's like too, like, he losing masculine frame, but it's not. You know, if, for example, like, controlling, what I said about possessive or controlling, you should not allow that to happen. Because one time I heard how the lady was telling to the guy, like, they open I was visiting my friend in US. He wasn't a client, but he was dating a Slavic lady, and I saw, I heard at the office it was on a speaker. So she went on his Facebook and she started going through all of his friends and asking about every single female lady. And it's not healthy. Like, it's absolutely not healthy when she's controlling your life, or she doesn't trust you, or she's controlling like what you do for work, or she's always checking your phone, or who you're messaging, what you're doing, so that is not bossy. That is not. But if the person is telling you something about on domestic level, like, that is definitely, I think it's cute, but it depends how you look at that. Do you think it's cute or no? I'm never gonna cut your foot.
Like, it's very difficult to say whether it's good or whether it's bad, because it's all based on the situation, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you have to, like, it's impossible. All I'm saying here is that have a look at it and try and figure out what is the intention behind what she is saying. If she is saying something like you need to eat more vegetables, well, it's probably because she cares and she wants you to live a healthy life. If
Yeah.
she's saying I don't want you to speak to those friends of yours, well, then she's starting to be controlling, right? So if you get these two mixed up, you could easily just completely derail a relationship because you think she is too bossy, and it has triggered some past trauma that has made you think that I can't be with a woman that is like this, and you may be overreacting a little bit.
So I think that they're bossy because they care, but you need to be cautious to not cross the line between bossy and controlling. Thanks for watching.
Whatever.